Okay, so we're going to be making a half lap joint. So you're going to need all of these materials and equipment. So you're going to need the length of softwood pine, you're going to need a tenon saw, a chisel, a tri-square, a sharp pencil, a bench hook and a marking gauge. I'm going to use a steel ruler first of all to measure the length of softwood and mark out the halfway point. Then use a tri-square to draw a line all the way around. Then we're going to use a tenon saw and a bench hook and cut that in half. Okay, so really hold on tight with your palm, pressing against the length of softwood, your fingers over the edge of the bench hook. You're using the full length of saw, keep it nice and straight until you get two pieces with nice level ends. Then use each piece to mark out the width on the end of the other piece. And then again you're going to use your tri-square to then draw a line all the way around. So it's a nice straight line that's 90 degrees to the edge. So press it right up against the length of wood. So it should look like that on both pieces. Now measure the depth. It's 20 millimeters in this case, so you make a little mark at 10 millimeters. And you're going to use a marking gauge to start off your sawing. So using your steel ruler, butt your steel ruler up against the edge of the marking gauge and place the needle on 10 millimeters. So that your needle is 10 millimeters from the edge of the marking gauge there. Then you're going to hold it against the piece of softwood and scrape the needle down across the length of it. And do the other side. Make sure that it's nice and straight. And you'd also do the end as well. So it looks like that. And then you're just going to mark or shade in the half that you are going to cut away. So which bit is going to be your waste material. So you can see I do sort of a hatch with my pencil on here. That shows the piece that I'm going to eventually throw away. And as long as you're always cutting within the waste material, then you'll always have a nice accurate cut. Now you can see I've put the piece of softwood in at an angle in the bench vise, and I'm using my tenon saw to saw from corner to corner. So it's really important that you put it in at an angle and you keep checking it as well to see that you're sawing on the line and you're not going wonky. So you're going from corner to corner. And then when you eventually take it out of the vise, it should look like this. So you can see I've gone right to the corner, right to the edge where that line is. Now I've got the other side to do. So I'm using my thumb just to place the saw blade on the material. So if you want to get it accurate, just place your thumb where you want the saw blade to be and start off the cut that way. So again, I'm going in the other way now. So I'm creating sort of a V shape. So going from corner to corner, using the whole length of the saw blade. And then I'm going to put it the right way up now. And I'll go the rest of the way. So sawing right down to the bottom where you've drawn your line. Again, keep checking it, making sure that you're on the line, you're not going wonky. Keep the saw nice and straight. Then using your bench hook again, press it up against the edge of the bench hook and just take that piece away. So it should look like that. And then once you've done it on both sides, just put them together and have a look. If it's sort of overlapping, it's sort of sticking out, it's sitting proud from the other one, you're going to have to remove some material with a chisel. Now you can see on this piece I've not quite sawn up to the line. It's better to take less material away than it is to take more, so don't worry if you do have to get the chisel on there and just take some off. Now I'm putting the chisel on. I'm using 2 fingers on the edge of the chisel and my other hand on the handle, and I'm making sure that it's really flat to the surface, and I'm pushing it across the grain of the material. Okay, so don't try and go too deep with this, else you'll take off too much material. Just wanting to shave little bits off at a time. So you can do it on there. You can also turn it round and get the edge. Again, just really nice and gentle. Don't push down too much. And then keep checking. So take it out periodically and keep checking. You don't want to take too much material off. And then when it's nice and level, that's when you can start using an adhesive to join it together.